Wow. Wow, fall is definitely in the air. You could definitely, it's like, I think the low this morning was 55 and now it's like in the 60s, but man, very different than how it's been. You want to hear something funny today? I was changing my taillight and accidentally dropped the new bulb on the floor when I was fixing it, so I gotta pick another one up today. I'm on my way right now. It's like 7:30 in the morning, heading down to what's called the Fire Island Ferry that takes you to something called Fire Island. All right, sorry about that. I had to one, take a couple sips of my coffee so it didn't spill anywhere, and two, I had to get the GPS going on. Fire Island is a strip of land at the bottom of Long Island, kind of by the beaches. You could see it from the beaches, I think. Actually, no, it's connected to the beaches, but you can't get to it by car. There are no cars allowed on it. And there's a couple different ferries that run, so you can take a ferry over. So that being said, I have to be there by 9 o'clock, so it's a half-hour drive and then a 45-minute ferry, so I should be getting there right around 9. Film for a couple of hours and then head back. Look at this thing though, man. You see that swollen eye I got going on? I don't know what's going on, but it was hurting a little yesterday, and I woke up this morning, I was like, oh, I can barely even open my eyeball. It's gotten a lot better since I've been standing, but very, very interesting. In about 1 minute, I have my weekly phone call with a dude. I've had this phone call going on pretty much every single week since like July of 2020. It's been over 4 years. And essentially it's kind of just a check-in. Me and this guy have a conversation with he's a friend of mine. But what's funny, he's a friend from my church, and I've known him for 20 years. He's a bit older than I am, but what's funny is like we're not like super friendly where like we hang out or like where we like chat a ton in person. It's one of those relationships, it's very interesting, where like 90% of the relationship is just through the phone, and we call every Tuesday, and it's somewhere, it depends, somewhere it's a 10, somewhere between a 15, typically 15 and 30-minute conversation, just be like, hey, how's your week going, how you doing? Back when I was struggling predominantly with anxiety, I'd be talking about that and sharing that and asking for prayer about that, and he'd be talking about his struggles. But it's been interesting because it's been 4 years and so long. Now it's kind of cool to see how the conversations have shifted. The conversations from 4 years ago aren't really problems anymore, which is cool. So they've shifted into new things or more mature things, or whatever you want to call it. It's cool to see the progress that he and I have both made in our walk. So we have the conversation typically every Tuesday. Sometimes we change it up, but it's usually every Tuesday. And if you have somebody that you can call like regularly, I highly recommend it, man, because then you just know like they know you know them, and like you just can kind of get your thoughts out, man. I think therapy is a really great thing and really helpful to a lot of people, but I think that part of the reason so many people are in therapy these days is because I think that people don't have anybody to talk to. And again, like I think it's a great thing, and I think it's super helpful for a lot of people, but I think that there are a portion of people that would just benefit from talking to someone, and they have no one to talk to in general. Trying to find those relationships where you do have people that you can talk to and you feel comfortable talking to and opening up to and being honest with and sharing your concerns, your fears, or your secrets with, makes a really, really, really big deal and in your mental health. And that's essentially what therapy is, right? Now granted, now those people are professionals and they can help you walk through some things, but it's just an interesting concept. Am I making sense with that? All right, we just got to the ferry nice and early. You can't really see the sky, but it's a beautiful morning out this morning. You just got to take my word for it. Let's see if I can. There we go. Beautiful sky this morning. Let's get on this ferry. Alright, well, just wrapped up filming with the client. About to take the ferry back. Dude, if you're ever in the Long Island area or on the Long Island area, in the area, Fire Island is such a cool spot to visit. There's a bunch of different towns on there. You have to take a ferry, or you can walk across from one of the beaches. Actually, it's a 3 or 4 mile walk, but it's a beautiful walk. It's just such a cool vibe. It's, you just got that island, not island like you're in, you know, the Bahamas, but like just this summer vibe. It's a beautiful spot, man. I highly recommend it. But what's interesting is that everything shuts down like late fall, winter. So like as of mid September, late September, everything shuts down here. Like one bar and a grocery store stay open. It's crazy. There's the ferry, you see it? It's pulling in right over here.